Oh, thank you.
It is now. Welcome back to another bonus episode of Vulnerability Time. I am your host and published author Josias Abril, and with us today we have Jonathan. Oh my gosh, it's really answered prayer.
Thank you, Josias, for having me on your podcast.
What happened to your voice?
What happened to it's my professional voice.
Oh no, it's Vulnerability Time.
Okay.
Don't be professional. No,
Right.
It's just how like you and I talk. It's our conversation.
This is my voice.
Oh, okay. Woo, Thor. Oh, he's over there listening. Okay.
Loki. Oh.
So I think it's really Loki. No, I can't do Thor voice, but you can.
Yes.
God of Thunder.
God of Thunder.
Yeah. Oh shit, that was Thor right there. No.
I have his hair.
Oh my gosh, that is Thor. That's Thor.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, that's what you get. Don't die over there. Okay. So something that's really, really cool is you and I, Jonathan, are both INFJ-T personality types, and okay, I knew that I was an INFJ-T personality types, but like I wasn't really like into it, you know. But Jonathan told me that like, you know, a little bit over 1% of people are INFJ-T types. Is that correct, Jonathan? Am I saying things correctly?
Statistically, 1 to 2% of the world population is INFJ.
Oh, okay, cool. So, I know you know a little bit more about INFJ than I do. You know, we have the rare personality, and it makes sense. You know, tell us a little bit about INFJ.
About the INFJ?
Yeah, INFJ personalities, or whatever.
See, the INFJ is the rarest personality in the world, but it's also the most unique one because we're complicated, because we're very difficult people, because we, on one hand, we're very introverted, and we want to be away from people, and we get hurt from people, and we want that human connection, and on the other hand, we just kind of want to be away from the world because it's so inconsistent with our values.
Yes, exactly. And it's like we're easily hurt. I remember you mentioned a little bit for like when you do your podcast. This is your episode, by the way. Your own episode.
Okay.
So, you know, dipping toes in the water a little bit, you said you wanted to, you know, have like just personality trait discussion on one of the episodes, right?
Yes, a lot of those.
Okay, well, here's my laptop. Let's go ahead and do that. You go ahead and search it up. You're not going to find anything nasty on my laptop.
Okay.
I'm 2 days sober as of this recording.
Yay.
So, you know, you go ahead and search it up on Google. Now, while you search it up on Google,
I'm sorry, what am I searching?
You know, remember how you and I, we said personality traits and we raised our hand if we related to it? Do you remember that?
Yes.
Search up, yeah.
You want me to find it?
Yeah, find whatever.
The same exact one or something similar?
Something similar.
Okay.
Or the exact, it's whatever you find first.
Where's Google in here?
Oh, yeah. You know, that's a good question because there's so many Googles on there. I have like a lot. So go ahead and
there we go.
Just love that.
It is Google freaking...
So, now while he looks that up, folks, I want to go ahead and stall for y'all. Let's see. Elmo is red, but wouldn't it be cool if Elmo was like yellow or like green or something like that? How the world would be different if we had a green Elmo. You know, and I just think that that's really cool because you know why? It's something so random. Like, who thinks of these things? This is a way to stall. If I run out of things to stall, which I already am, I can start doing an Oprah impression. But I don't think I want to do that because, like, I think I'd laugh at myself too hard.
Thank you, Josias.
Huh?
I was trying to sound like Oprah.
That was terrible. Hello, it's me, Oprah. Yes, girlfriends. Yes, wow. You get a card. You know, I can't do the Oprah anymore. Let's see. Stedman. No, I can't do Oprah anymore. I used to be able to do her accent. Not her accent, her impersonation once upon a time. And my voice was a lot higher. And by once upon a time, I mean like three years ago. So with that being said, folks, I want you to go ahead and reflect on, I don't know, what if it was hot outside, but also snowing? You got hypothermia. Because... All right, folks, we're just going to sit in silence till we figure this out. Because we got it?
Yes.
Oh, okay, folks, just kidding. We got it pulled up.
The top 10 things that terrify INFJs.
Okay, so we got the top 10 things that terrify INFJ.
What you want me to...
Yeah, and we can list it out and we can, like, talk about it.
Okay.
You know?
Oh, where do you go to? Let's start with the first one, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can use, like, double fingers to scroll if need be.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it's much easier.
Yeah.
Number 1 is humanity's potential for evil.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes, that is something that does terrify us. Would you say it terrifies you?
Yes, as INFJs, because we're so empathic, we notice a lot of the evil things that other people do that is under a lot of people's nose.
Mm-hmm.
Like even in professional environments, so we can sense the sinister intentions of people. And we realize, I think, humanity as a whole, and we love compassion and equality and all these things.
And when that's, like, not there, it is frustrating and terrifying. And like you said, we're, like, empaths, so it's like, we don't just see these things, we feel these things, even if we're not being affected. Even if we're not, like, physically being affected, you know what I mean? It's just, like, it sucks, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was having a conversation today with one of my best friends. And I have this conversation with my best friend Alex all the time, aka co-host. Like, I see a lot, especially doing a lot of research on, like, how society and societies work, you know, and, like, how the higher ups, man, it's just really scary how, you know, money is more important than a person, you know, and it just seems like, I don't know, man, it's one thing to have money, but it's another thing for money to have you. And it's kind of like, I mean, it's just going to cost. You can make all this money in the world, but, like, what if it's costing you things like humility? What if it's costing you, you know, genuine connections and, like, relationships? You know what I mean? Like, how do you know the amount of numbers that you have, you know, that kind of bring around a lot of people who aren't really your friend. They just like your socioeconomic status. I don't know. I'm not saying all money is evil, but I'm saying, like, more often than not, I'm starting to see it more and more and more, you know, evil. And it's the hands that it lies in that also I feel like make it evil, but it's also the mindset that money can create. You know, because it all that together is just like, this is more important than an individual's life. I don't know. It's all evil because we're seeing, you know, mental health is $1 billion industry, you know, and they don't care who's committing suicide. They don't care. They don't care how many people are, you know, homeless on the streets. They don't care. You know what I mean? As long as they're getting more money in their pockets, that's what they care about. And so I just think that's really evil to neglect an individual's just humanity, you know? So anyways, whatever. That's a little rant. Go for it.
There's a lot of people, just one more thing about this. There's a lot of people where they make a lot of money, they're millionaires or billionaires because they've mastered the money game. They know how money works, they know how to save their money, they know what to invest it in, so they figure that out. So it's like, they feel like because they've mastered the money game and became wealthy, they feel like they've mastered their life. But it's like they mastered the money game, but they didn't master their emotional game and their game of, like, personal growth and stuff.
All the things outside of money. Yeah.
The things that are most important.
Exactly.
A lot of these millionaires and billionaires, they have terrible relationships. They don't have a good relationship with their kids and stuff, and the things that bring the most fulfillment in life.
And also just like...
okay, it's a touch screen.
Let's
see.
Death or life of a child. We can,
Number 2, death or loss of children.
Yes. Death or loss of children. Mine is definitely like death. Not for me. I don't give a fuck. Y'all know I've already died before. But for example, something that's been affecting me a lot. You know, y'all know I have a horrible relationship with my parents. There is no relationship with them, and that's not my choice, unfortunately. But you know, knowing that people die eventually, it's just it's going to hit me much harder, you know, because I don't want to have to go to a funeral and see a lifeless corpse of what could have been and what should have been. You know, I should have had an actual mom, not just a mother. You know, and it's just like, obviously, my father, you know, he's a child molester, molested me, molested so many other kids, you know, and that's just a tip of the iceberg. The man is evil. Money is more important than anybody, according to him. But anyways, and though I want nothing to do with him, it's still gonna hurt me when he dies, because it's just like, you know, I'm not going to his funeral, but it's just like, you know, seeing a corpse of what should have been, you know, of what could have been. It's not just death in that person, it's also like just certain depth to the small bit of hope in the wish that I've always had, you know, for having actual parents. It's putting a death to that too. It's also putting a death to all of the resentment that I've, you know, that I've had, though I'm like healed from it, you know, it's still putting a death to all those times that I had to heal, the times that I had to grow. It's putting death to that. So it's like, it's going to be a bunch of like emotions coming up, you know? I know it, and that's something that's like affecting me today, like with my mother and stuff like that. It's like, everyone else gets to enjoy her. My brother gets to enjoy her. But I don't know what that is or what that's like. And that's something that was kind of like getting me down today, is that. So death, for me, I don't give a fuck. I'm ready to be out of here in 3 seconds. Like, honestly, I'm like, I will not be upset. However, seeing someone, though they don't really love you, and, you know, though you don't have any relationship with them, it's still the fact that's like, it doesn't negate the reality that this person was supposed to be a mom. You know, this person was supposed to be an uncle. This person was supposed to be an aunt. You know, if you were just going to be a person to neglect, then don't have kids. So it's just like, it's not like I haven't already died. Like, they haven't already died in my heart. You know, yeah. So I don't know, death, but not in the way that most people would fear death. Mine's just death for those who have done me the worst, because those are the people that were supposed to love me the most. Unfortunately, that's the thing about like my trauma. It's like a lot of it is people that were supposed to love you the most hated me the most, and so that's my take on it. Jonathan?
Were you saying, like, if your dad died, like, because you knew at a certain point that they're never going to change and become the parent that you wish that they were?
Right.
So when, like, say your dad dies and you're at his funeral, then it's
I won't
like,
be.
Then it just, yeah. Well,
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Ahead, yeah.
So if he dies, it's just a reminder that, man, this guy could have been my father.
Oh, hell yeah.
So that just kind of stings the idea of that.
Yeah.
Oh, as far as what is it, death or loss of children, I'd say for me, like, I'm desensitized to people dying in the news. I mean, it's something that's really sad, but I don't really feel much emotion behind it. But when, like, a child, like, gets molested or like raped or murdered, like that really like wrenches my heart. So that really bothers me. I think it bothers like most civilized people, like other personalities, but I think for us, like it bothers us on a whole different level. Most people,
because we feel things a
really,
lot
really
harder,
deeply.
Yeah,
and that's another thing. We feel very deeply for people, even people we don't know.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Even people that don't like us, you know, we still have some type of care for it. Yeah, I mean, I thank you for, you know, sharing that perspective and stuff like that.
Yes,
because it's valid. Okay, on to number 3.
Phone calls.
Use the touchscreen, because I don't ever use it.
It's easier this way.
Oh no, you can use whatever you want. I never like use the touchscreen, and I'm trying to like take more advantage of it, but I just don't.
Okay. I never like touchscreen computers.
Okay, then fine. You can use.
No, I like it though. Like,
okay.
Now that it's easier than anyway.
Yeah. Phone calls. Oh my gosh, I hate. If I don't know you, even if I do know you, but it's just like today I had to call Walgreens to refill my prescription, and it was the robot. I still didn't like it. I still didn't like it. Gosh, I hate phone calls. Ew. Robot. I hate texting too, but phone calls, that's just a different type of...
It's awkward.
Yeah, it's awkward. Like, especially when you're like calling like a business because they got your order wrong or something like that.
Yeah.
Gosh, this conflict over the phone. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
They're judging you with your tone of voice on the phone.
Yeah, and I just get extra insecure like over the phone. Like I just feel like they cannot fix it and then hang up on me, and then it doesn't matter. They get away with it because like they don't give me their name. And, you know, am I going to go through all that work to call their manager and do another phone call? Nope. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Not me. It's like, I'm just have to take the L and go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a problem for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's definitely more awkward, I would say.
Yeah.
But it was when I worked at a hotel and I had to answer like hundreds of phone calls a day or something like that. Mm-hmm. I feel like I got much better at it, so it doesn't bother me too badly anymore.
Right. It doesn't. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't bother me as bad.
I'll tell you what's awkward is when I am friends with somebody and we talk on the phone for the first time. That's weird for me. I can talk to a stranger.
Right.
Like a mutual friend of ours, our German friend, and I talked to him on the phone.
Yeah.
Before. I couldn't even answer his phone call the first time. Too awkward for me.
Yeah, no, I completely feel that. I feel that. Yeah, I don't know why exactly it's awkward for me, but no, I feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want the next one?
Yeah, I'm good to go to the next one. Let's see.
Ooh,
crowds.
Yeah.
Oh, that is... As I've been healing in my healing journey, you know, I've just started to learn myself more, and actually, like, as I've been healing, I don't know, like, I've just changed from extrovert to... I would say introvert / ambivert, honestly. I'm only extroverted around people that like I trust and that, you know, I feel, you know, safe around. But other than that, crowds. Like today I went to an event. Oh my gosh. I went and sat by myself by the pool because I just could not do the crowds.
Oh.
It was social anxiety. I could not do the crowds today. Like some days are better than others, but today was not that better day. Yeah. I was just like, I hate people, you know.
Was it certain people or was it just the crowd overall?
It was just crowd in general, like seeing everyone congregate.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I don't know what it triggers in me, but I don't know the what or the why. I need to investigate that trigger, but to see what's really the root of it. But I'm not at that place right now. I'm healing on other stuff. But just crowds though. Like if it's too crowded, I don't know. It's just like I don't know. I don't know if it's because of my mild form of autism. I don't know. I think I have Asperger's.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, because Asperger's / also like autism, mild forms of autism, they're oftentimes confused with ADHD. You know, that we're often mixed diagnosed because it's hard to diagnose.
Yes.
So a lot of people that have ADHD, they really don't. They have a mild form of autism. You know, they've just been misdiagnosed, which misdiagnoses are that's just a thing in general, regardless. ADHD, or it doesn't matter. Just people can be misdiagnosed for cancer.
Depression, OCD, anxiety, all of those different
Mm-hmm.
ADHD, all the symptoms start to get a little intertwined.
Right. There's so many similarities.
And whoever diagnoses you is just going to go, oh, it's going to be based on their prior experience
Right.
and everything. So it's like, it's not like they have a machine that reads exactly what's wrong with your brain. They're just kind
Right.
of relying on their own personal opinion.
Right.
And boom, they check it on the paper.
Right. They check it on the paper.
Next patient. But
what about you in crowds?
for crowds,
Scared
I would
that
say,
you fart?
Yeah. I would say it doesn't bother me as badly anymore. Like it used to, much worse. Still get nervous sometimes.
Yeah.
A lot of these social challenges I did help me get over those fears and stuff. But I think I have a different perspective of it now, because in the past it's like, I'm like, man, I have social anxiety. This is why the crowds bother me and stuff. But
Yeah.
I would say now it's less from a place of fear, and it's more of a place that, like, I'm an introvert.
Yeah.
And I have the INFJ is the most extroverted of the introverts, but I have my extroverted times where I want to be around people. And in some cases, I can enjoy being in crowds, like especially having a good time and everything. But if it's like I just want to be alone, like I can tell I'm just kind of in that introverted mood, everybody just becomes like a stumbling block to me. Like it annoys me so many people are near me and stuff.
Right.
And it's like noise, like when you're trying to sleep on TV or something.
Loud noise, yeah.
Yeah, it's just,
yeah.
I got to get out in nature and.
Yeah, and those of us with like, mild forms of autism, Asperger's, and also ADHD. I'm sure there's a couple other things, but we have kind of like a noise sensitivity.
Yes, highly sensitive person.
Yeah, and so it's like too much noise consistently can, for long periods of time without like a nice break, can overwhelm us.
Yes.
Especially loud noise, just whether it's inconsistent or consistent, just like someone banging pots.
Yeah. I didn't know that this bothered you, like too much sensory stimulation is overwhelming to you, but I'm totally that way. That's why I crave like nature and quiet settings so badly.
Yeah.
Like this room is the perfect room. It's so quiet in here. So
yes, and you can't really hear anything from
Not really.
there. You can't really hear. You definitely like you can hear more from there than you can do like outside, like the storms. Yeah, like I remember I came outside and Brooke Hay was like, "Did you hear the storm?" And I was like, "There was a storm." I was like, "There's a storm?" I was like, "Cause you can't hear it here or see it. You can't hear it here."
Yeah.
So yeah, that's funny.
It's funny.
Look at Brooke Hay. You don't even know what we're talking about. Can you hear us?
Not really.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
No, the pots thing, I think too. Yeah, no, it can be a little bit scary, like sudden big noises like pots clanging or people yelling.
Yeah.
Like going back to being a kid, hearing adults yell, it scares me to death.
Triggered. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And even when I hear adults now, like even homeless people yell in the city, like it bothers me.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like a man.
Yes.
Exactly. It's like ugh.
Yes.
It's hard. Yeah. Okay. So,
next one.
Yeah. Let's go to number 5.
Number 5. What will it be?
Ooh. Oh, this is gonna be a good one because you. Oh yeah. No, just X that.
Okay. Let's go back to the screen.
Yeah. Ghosts. Oh gosh, Jonathan, you go first with this one because listen.
I've always been obsessed with ghosts.
Tell us about your experience.
I'll get to there in a second.
Good.
So ever since I was a little kid, I've always been obsessed with ghosts. Even before I had paranormal experiences, like as a kid at the library, I used to read books upon books about the paranormal, and this is a common theme with INFJs is the obsession with the paranormal. I don't know why it's like that. Like you're one of the few people that I know in your spare time you're going through.
Because they do say those that are more empathetic and emotional tend to be the closest to spiritual.
That's what they say, I kind of believe it.
Yeah,
but
feelings are so important. Society stigmatizes feelings, but feelings are so important. Like when I died and met Jesus face to face, man, you he didn't say anything to me, you felt everything he said. I can't even explain it. See, the other realms transcends our boring Earth realm. Our realm's boring compared to what I experienced, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm just like, listen, humans, you suck. No, I'm just kidding. But humans do suck. But yeah, no, sorry. Continue. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jonathan.
No, you're fine. No, so I was, from a young age, I was always obsessed with not just ghosts and stuff, but like, you know, demons and angels, and anything spiritual, and like monsters, like sea monsters.
Yes.
I had an obsession with that.
Yes.
Freaking Bigfoot, which all kinds of stuff.
I think he's real. I don't care what people
could
say.
be. So let's see. Let me go back to my earliest experience. I think when I was 11 years old, and this could have just been my childlike mind, but like I was trying to sleep and I was looking at the wall, and I think this was my first night terror, sleep paralysis.
Oh yeah.
So I had the sleep paralysis. I couldn't move, and I looked at the wall, and there's like the shadow figure thing, which is common with a lot of people. I don't know if it was just my childhood brain. I was 11, but I swear, like I saw this shadow thing.
You were no damn child at 11. You're a juvenile after 10.
Borderline child, but anyway.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm preteen. But no, I saw a thing dancing on the wall or whatever. So there's that. Let's see. Yeah, when I became a teenager, I had quite a bit of sleep paralysis, and I'm trying to think what age I got into the freaking occult and all that.
Yeah.
Witchcraft. Let's see. I think
you got into it.
I said 17. I think it was more like 14 or 15 actually when I got into it, and it started because I was a big, and I'm all for Harry Potter. I don't think it's demonic personally, but like I was into Harry Potter, and I got this book from the library, like Wizard Magic for Kids, which wasn't even witchcraft. It was just like a fun little thing, and then that led me into the occult section. Yeah, I was 14 or 15, but anyway, I went to the occult section, which is actual real magic books from actual witches and wizards and freaking crazy people, and
gotcha.
Just grabbed them off the shelves and started seeing these little spells at home, and next thing I know, almost pretty much overnight, my bed starts shaking, feel something aggressively sit into my bed. I saw this big shadow figure in broad daylight many times actually over years.
Wow.
And let's see, what
I didn't
else?
know about that one. Wow. Would it be like a specific location, or just you just would see it sometimes?
It was my brother and a former friend of mine saw it too. Yeah, it was a gravel road near our house because we lived in the country.
You did tell me. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I thought it was you. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, you see this thing like 7 feet tall in broad daylight.
Yeah.
And we all saw the same thing and told each other. Heard music playing from the woods out of the middle of nowhere, like 1950s music.
That. Oh,
no, I didn't.
Snap.
What else? I don't know if this was psychological, but I could be walking somewhere, so I would randomly just feel like this very dark presence just out of nowhere, just like trying to suck away my soul or something.
See, because things like that is real. We're just conditioned in society to act like that thing that is just only happens in movies, or that it's all in your head. You know, some things is all in our head, and there's some things that are not all in our head.
Yeah.
What you saw is what you saw. Even you said 2 other people saw the same thing.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we didn't tell each other.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else happened?
The blinds. Tell them about the
this didn't happen until I was
Okay, pause.
Let's see.
Okay.
Anyway. Let's see. Where was I?
So I think you were about to talk about like blinds.
Oh, the blinds.
Yeah.
So this ended when I was 14, 15. I think I was either 16 or 17. I prayed to God after having this supposed what felt like, or I think was demonic activity.
Right.
I took all these books. I put lighter fluid and covered them in lighter fluid and set them on fire in a burn barrel and just prayed to God. I said, I'm praying for your protection. I said, never again am I going to dabble with this stuff. And it stopped.
Yeah.
It just completely stopped.
Yeah.
or so I thought. So years later.
There's more.
So, I mean, that was like 16, 17, but then about 10 years later at age 27.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's recent then.
Yeah. Yeah, it was 27.
Wow, so that's like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah. So, I was in the living room listening to a book, and I was walking into the hallway, and I heard some, like, what was that? It scared. It was like a crash.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the thing. The blinds didn't just fall; they crashed aggressively, and no windows are open or anything. Like, no air current. Like, it didn't make any sense. But I go, and there's blinds that aren't connected to each other in different parts of the room, like a poltergeist activity, but it just all smashed to the ground.
And you said your roommate was doing witchcraft, right?
He wasn't doing witchcraft. So he's, or at the time, atheist / agnostic.
Oh, okay.
And he was just researching Wicca, like just like me, like researching just different stuff, like on Wikipedia, and he was researching the law of three that night.
Oh, okay.
Which was weird because there was 3 blinds that came to the ground in the shape of an S when it landed. That's what was weird.
Whoa.
Like, I kid you not,
in
the same exact shape like this. That's why it freaked me out.
Yeah, there's no way that just fell on its own and make the shape of an S. That doesn't even make sense.
I'm like, you're the atheist. Like, please explain to me. And I was confident in him. Yeah. I thought he'd explain it to me. He didn't. I'm like, he's like, honestly, I think maybe it's demons. I'm like, of all people, like, you're the biggest skeptic I know. Like, you should tell me.
Right. Wow.
Yeah, there was that. I saw Satan in a dream.
Mm-hmm. See, oh my gosh. And well, I don't even know what to say. Like, and I've seen I'm sure you've seen some videos too, about when right after someone plays with the Ouija board, all of a sudden certain things start happening in their house, and they film it, and they get all scared and stuff, and
yeah,
yeah. Oh gosh. And I looked on Amazon, and I was like, I just wanted to see how readily accessible Ouija boards were. I mean, they go from $7 to like $50, $60. And I was just like, I bet those people regretted it in like 3 months later. I was like, I bet they regretted it. That's some scary stuff. Because, I mean, I don't want to tell people go try it if you don't believe that there's another realm. Don't try it. Just honestly, I'd rather you be skeptical and doubt that there's another realm than actually have to experience that type of realm. Yeah, trust me. Evil is very, very, very powerful. When we think humans are evil, there are certain things like, for example, the diabolicals. Those beings that I think I would assume that they are, like, when God kicked them out of heaven, that they were one of the top angels. Because the diabolicals, they are the most powerful ones. And then there's like Lucifer. Mm-hmm. But they're oh my gosh, man, they don't hold back. Because there's like 4 types of demons that haunt. One of them is a poltergeist. I'm not gonna get into it, but Ed and Lorraine Warren, a lot of their stuff, people that Ed and Lorraine Warren, their stories inspired the movie The Conjuring, Annabelle. It was based off of them, based off of the Warrens and their investigations. And it's like, I don't know. I'm kind of speechless because I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I want to talk about it. But that stuff is like, it's real. We're just conditioned to think that, that only happens in movies. But I'm like, oh no, trust me, we get the movies from somewhere.
It's like there's different levels of consciousness, and like on lower levels, you just don't believe there's anything because you're only conscious of what is here in this world. And as your level of consciousness, you become conscious of different spiritual entities and stuff, and just kind of
exactly, because it's like just because we lack consciousness in something doesn't negate the fact that it is there.
Yes.
Like right now, like I'm not conscious of the fact that let's see, I don't know, there's someone who just got married right now in a different country.
Yeah,
you know?
there you
I'm
go.
not, right? I'm
Yeah,
just
but
like,
it's not
it's
part
still
of your
there.
reality.
Exactly, it's not part of the
Therefore,
reality.
You think it's not there because you're not conscious of it and aware
Right.
of it. Because it's like you stay in the same room for years or something.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing you're aware of. Like,
Right.
so much this room could represent. Yeah, there's just so much.
Yeah. I always say, don't always step out of the box. Always pop the bubble. Don't pop that bubble though. Don't pop that bubble. You don't want to experience those demonic things.
Oh,
Trust me.
so-
They're not your friend. They're not your friend. Trust me.
No.
And a lot of things that Ed and Lorraine Warren were talking about in their interviews, I've experienced some of those things myself.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I know I'm not crazy. I used to be the hardest, most skeptical atheist you could ever fucking meet.
Yeah, me too.
Ever meet. And then I have experienced things even before I died. And it was mostly like demonic things before I died. So I mean that stuff is real. I mean I have a couple experiences that I haven't had anyone necessarily not believe me. They kind of like I want to say doubted, but at the same time they know me and they know that like I wouldn't lie about something like that. And then there's also the people that just straight up believe me, But I've never had someone come up to me and tell me that they don't believe my experience, because I don't tell people this unless I know them, But I'm gonna share my experience, a different time, on a different episode of like what I experienced. That now I believe it. If someone told me that they experienced you, I would believe it now. But if I hadn't experienced that, I would not believe it. I mean, wow. But we're just conditioned to not be aware of a lot of things on purpose. I truly, there's a lot that higher ups have to hide and don't have to hide, but they just want to hide because it helps the evil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's just a lot, folks. But let me be quiet so I don't get shot. Let me be quiet so I don't get shot. Yes, but I definitely wanted to storm Area 51 when everybody was doing it. When everyone at least tried to do it, it turned out to just be like a party because it's so hard to get there. Like there's so many like levels of entry that you have to go through. But I mean, they're not protecting it for no reason. It's so secretive for no reason, Yeah, I mean, like the UFO files. Oh, here, you can plug the charger in.
Yes.
It's like already plugged in, but just, plug in the laptop. There we go. Oh my gosh, number 6 is insanity.
Insanity.
Shut all the doors up.
What does this mean? Insanity with
let's read it.
other. Let's see. Have such strong imaginations look so deeply into hidden meanings and connections they feel that their faith in reality may be a little more skeptical than what most people believe.
We were just saying that shit.
Yeah.
We were just saying that.
Yeah.
Is that what you call insanity? Oh gosh, man.
That is insane.
Oh shit. Well, I'm insane.
Also could be that IN are so heavily immersed in they fear the lust. So I think it means like we're very afraid of becoming insane because we have a level of thinking that most people don't have.
Right.
And this one's very strong for me.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Literally since I was a kid, like I've had many times where I thought I was going crazy.
Yeah.
Like I thought I was insane.
Same.
And like
Yeah.
And I think as I got older in like meditation stuff, relationship with God, I came to see like, how can I say, these things I thought made me insane on a certain level. I realized I was, I guess not more normal is the word, but like I'm okay sort of thing.
Right,
like,
right.
I'm still good enough.
Yeah.
How about you?
Oh, exactly the same as you said. I have nothing to add, nothing to take away. You said literally exactly what I was going to say.
Okay.
Yeah. 1000%. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I saw number 7 was abandonment. Oh,
number 7.
My gosh.
Abandonment, yeah. Yeah, and we're not just talking
FOB,
like
fear of
parents and
FOA.
stuff. Like parents is like most important
Right.
maybe, but just period.
Just
Being
period, yeah,
abandoned
just
by
being
people.
abandoned by like
Yeah.
anyone. Like for me, like there've been I also am diagnosed with emotional dysregulation disorder. And so it's like we don't have a sense of self, and you know, almost every day we think of like suicide. That doesn't mean we're suicidal. It just means like it's not been on our mind. And one of the things that we really fear most is abandonment. And you know, for me, that shit's huge, because it's like, yeah, I've been. So so depending on context speaking, there is a difference between abandonment and neglect. So neglect is intentional, abandonment is non-intentional. So it's like, for example, if a parent dies or if a parent gets locked up, that is still considered abandonment, but it's not intentional abandonment. You know, neglect is when it's intentional, when they just choose to walk out of your life, or when they just choose to not be there, or when they're choosing not to feed you, when they're choosing to do that. You know, that's neglect. So context speaking, you know, depends on what context. There is a difference between abandonment and neglect. However, you know, abandonment, just in general, you know, that's kind of scary. That's kind of scary, especially if you're a person that has experienced neglect. It's hard for your emotions and for your nervous system to discern the lines between the two. So it's just like abandonment and neglect, it feels the same to us. It feels the same. Like, you know, having a past where so many things were just taken from me, and I still feel like things are being taken from me in the form of giving. But the thing about giving is I'm intentionally allowing people to take from me. You know what I mean? I'm intentionally allowing it. You know what I mean? And then taking is just when it's just taken from me and it's non-consensual. So it's a very soft spot for me. Though I'm doing a lot better at it now. You know, I'm so grateful to be where I'm at. But a lot of my conversations / me just cussing out God is because, you know, that fear of abandonment. I'm like, I don't know, I've just had a lot of things taken from me. I've had my childhood taken from me. I had my virginity taken from me, my innocence. I don't even know what the fuck innocence and virginity is. I literally don't know what childhood is. Literally. You know, my confidence has been single-handedly taken from me. Now, though it's back now, my confidence, you know, I'm saying like over the years of my life, so many things have been taken. And I mean, it's just like I never caught a break for someone to give. You know what I mean? Things were always being taken from me. You know, and then I would always end up giving as well. You know, I have the kindness of my heart. But I'm really starting to notice, yesterday I was like, you know, like giving is kind of like, at least for me, I'm like, I'm just it's just taking with consent attached to it. And so I was kind of like cussing God out today and yesterday and crying. I was like, you know, I just feel like a lot of things are being taken, and I'm just like, the one thing that I want to take, don't get mad if I take it, God, because if I take my life, don't fucking get mad, because I was like, bitch, don't fucking get mad. Like, you know, I would have like my conversations like that with God. And he wants the honesty. He doesn't care about how honest you are. He's just like, hey, as long as you're talking to me, cool, you're allowed to. So I don't know, it's just, I'm tired of things being taken. I'm tired of things being taken advantage of. I'm tired of just things being taken, and I'm getting tired of giving. You know? And I don't know, at least right now, how to go to therapy about that. Like, I just don't know what else is needing to be unpacked that I don't already know. You know? I don't know. So, I mean, we'll see, whatever. I'm still going to continue to pray about it and or cuss God out about it. Either way, my mouth will be open and I will be saying words. So, yeah. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I think with INFJs too, like we're love bugs, so we value love. I won't say more than other personalities, but we value it more than probably most people do.
Yeah.
But we also have a hard time connecting with most people.
Right,
so
because we're always
like,
misunderstood.
Yeah, we feel like we get very few quality relationships in our lives, and starting with our parents, we feel like we don't want to lose what we have.
Right.
I mean, you don't get many good people in your life, or just people, period.
Yeah. And it's hard for us to connect, because like we don't really like the fluff. We don't like, sorry I burped. We don't like you smell it?
No.
Oh, okay, it smells like pizza. We don't really like the fluff. We're done with the surface level personalities. We're done with like the cliche-ness. Like, we're done with the, hey, how are you? Great. And we're not great. We don't like that. Obviously there's a time and a place, for you to be honest. Like if you're in a rush to something, or if you're like at a counter with a cashier, I mean, like, of course we're going to be like, hey, how are you? Great. How are you? Even though y'all are probably both doing terrible. But, like, if it's someone like I know and they ask how I'm doing, I learn to be fucking honest, because I'm just like, I'm so tired of the cliche. That's why it's like hard for me to, that was one of like the main reasons I transferred my grad school and my grad program. I transferred twice, because it's just like, it was just hard for me to connect with people. I just couldn't do the surface level, cliche stuff anymore.
Yeah.
I value and desire for actual, connection.
Mm-hmm.
Deep connection.
You want relationships that's like really deep and stuff, with very meaningful. Like if you're like at a party or something, it's all small talk. Hey, how's it going? How you been? How's working? That's like a lot of people thrive on that. Me, it's super awkward for me.
Right.
It's worthless to me, and that's coming across as awkward for me in interaction.
Right.
But it's necessary to have small talk. But it's like for us, that's just the very.
It just hits us differently in a way.
Yeah.
Like we just have a different, feelings about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just us INFJs -Ts. Okay, and so number 8, we kind of covered number 8, the supernatural.
Yeah, it's
we already covered that.
The supernatural.
Their own imagination.
Yes.
Oh, tell us about it, Jonathan. We fear our own imagination.
Yeah, one thing I struggled with for years, it goes along with like anxiety and depression, is like intrusive thoughts. You're getting tons and tons of thoughts, visual images that you do not want.
Right.
And it creates a lot of pain for you. And that is like, meditation has helped immensely for that. It doesn't happen nearly as bad as it used to, but I mean, that's just one aspect of the imagination. But I would say I also love my imagination, because that's where a lot of good ideas come from. It helps you with goal setting and creativity and building, yourself, your brand, whatever it is.
Yeah,
but
a lot of mental illness can also be a birthing ground or breeding ground for creativity.
That's right. Yeah. A lot of these guys, Picasso, these geniuses throughout the ages, had they weren't normal psychologically.
They were extremely
anxiety,
depressed,
depression, Asperger's,
suicidal.
Yeah,
Socrates.
Yeah,
Socrates.
That's right. Yeah, a lot of these guys, Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah. Wasn't he like really depressed a lot of the time?
Yeah, he had severe depression until the time that he died.
Right.
So,
and they didn't have like the same kind of like treatments and interventions that we have now. Yeah.
They didn't have they didn't even figure out what depression was quite at that point. So they just called it sadness or melancholy. So it's like they didn't even know really what depression was. They just thought, oh, you're just sad.
And his wife was called crazy because they called women that who acted. If a man acted the same way, they wouldn't call him crazy.
She was kind of crazy to him, though.
Yeah, but she wasn't at first.
She wasn't.
When it was going down it was like a slow downward spiral.
With her mental health.
Yeah.
Yeah, because...
Yeah, when it first started going downhill, she was already being called crazy. And even like women in the 1950s, when the era of stay-at-home wives, staying clean, and then they would be depressed, and then they go to the doctors, and the doctors would say, "Oh, you're just being crazy," and it's like, so it's like this is recently that mental illness is even like really being recognized. You know, I feel like just more societally acceptable. So yeah. So I'm not saying she wasn't crazy, because I know like that term, what crazy means, like we give that a negative connotation because people use it as an insult. But at first it wasn't an insult. At first it was just a word to describe something, just like the word depression is to describe depression. You know, sadness to describe sadness. You know, so the word crazy was a neutral term. It didn't always have this negative insult to it. So yeah, she was crazy eventually. But it's like, you know, when she first started, she was called crazy when she first started going downhill.
Yeah, I think...
They didn't give her a chance.
Yeah.
They didn't give her a chance. Let her go downhill before you call her crazy.
She really, really loved Abraham Lincoln and her family, but from what I read, it sounded like she just had some anger problems, that's it. But when he died, she had like some kind of a psychological meltdown.
Yeah, that's what I was mentioning.
I think she consulted a medium or something to talk to Lincoln's ghost, and she was never really the same.
Yeah,
after he died, she just couldn't handle it well, and
she'd be like talking to herself and stuff like that, and dancing around to herself. I don't know. Yeah, it's just really heartbreaking, like you said, like psychological breaks. Also, folks, go do your research, because I'm pretty sure a couple of stuff that I said, I didn't mean to generalize.
Me too.
Right? Yeah, I didn't mean to generalize things, but you get the concept. You get the principle of it. You go do your own research.
Yeah, I could be wrong about Mary Todd Lincoln. I could be confusing her with Mrs. Winchester.
Oh, gotcha.
Of the Winchester house.
Oh, the Winchester
supposedly haunted.
Oh, gotta go visit it.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, the imagination. Let's see, anything else? I wouldn't say I'm too afraid of it anymore. I mean, but I would say, because I've always been a bad procrastinator. So I think one problem I've had is, like, instead of getting into action and outside of my brain, like, I can literally... I don't know if this is you, like, I can play entire movies inside of my head, like, all the time. Like, I can get completely lost in my head. Yeah. And, like, when I was younger, like, teenager, people thought I was retarded or something. Like, there's something seriously wrong with me. Yeah. I could be staring off into space or something.
And you say that, you say that word because, like, it was told to you so much, you know? Yeah. That word retarded, and it's like, now you hate that word. Yeah. You know? And I agree. That's right. I agree. So, I don't know. I just wanted to give people a little bit of that backstory so they know that, like, you know, you're not saying it as, like, in an offensive way. You're saying it because, like, that was said to you.
Yeah, I was called retard many, many times. Right. Up till recently. Right. But nothing new under the sun. So, are you afraid of your imagination?
I was, but I wasn't necessarily afraid of the imagination. I was afraid of the fear of not being accepted because of it.
Ah, okay, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, like, I was afraid of the fear of not being accepted. I wasn't just afraid of not being accepted. I was afraid of the fear because, like, I don't know, knowing me, like, there's always that internal battle for me to be myself, you know? And so it's like, there's going to be that resistance. It just causes a lot of, like, it just drains my energy sometimes. Yeah. So, I mean, now, I love my imagination, you know?
I like it too. I mean...
yeah, but first I was like, I'm afraid of the fear. Like, going through the fear is a lot easier than, at least for me, than being afraid of the fear. So I was just like, shit, that's two levels that I gotta get through. I gotta fight through. Yeah. Yeah, one's like a... Yeah. Okay, and let's see number 10. Ooh, let's see, what is this one?
Number...
Darkness.
Darkness, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because that can mean a lot of things, right?
I've always been scared of the dark.
I've always been scared of the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care even if I didn't see a scary movie.
Because I had these paranormal experiences too when I was a kid. So
exactly, we saw a lot of things in the dark. Yeah.
It's like, no, I keep my closet closed because when I look to the left and see my closet, it looks like a void.
Same.
I told him that.
You want to know something?
Like a void. What?
Have you ever seen a figure that is darker than dark?
I kind of have.
That was me in high school. Like, when I was sleeping on the couch, because my mother told me not to sleep on the couch anyway. Yeah. but that was where the big TV was, and I wanted to watch Adult Swim, watch a bunch of shows that I know I shouldn't be watching. But, who's going to stop me? And, I went to sleep on the couch. Now, she didn't tell me not to sleep on the couch because of, demons or nothing like that. No, she bought a brand new couch, and she didn't want me messing it up.
You get a snack or something.
Yes, because I always do that. I don't care. I never use the table. But, and it was dark. It was pitch black dark. And I saw a figure. And though there was a nightlight in the back, it was still very obvious that there was an ugly figure darker than the nighttime. Like, darker than it was in the house. It was darker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was ugly, and I wasn't scared of it. I was just staring at it. It didn't move, but I'm not going to go there. Because, I will. It's nothing big, but a lot of people, have experienced seeing certain demonic figures. They're like, sometimes they just don't move. They just stare at you. They don't do that all the time, but sometimes they just stare at you. I guess I'm a threat to them. I'm just like, you want me dead? I want me dead too. I was just like, listen. I was like, demons, you want me dead? I want me dead too. I already beat you to it. I was just like, I want me dead too. So I'm just like, you don't need to stare at me. You don't need to pray for my downfall. Like, you don't need to do that. I got it covered for you. Trust me. It's just like, I got it covered for you. I can be literally my own worst enemy.
I'm not scared of demons and stuff anymore.
Right, I'm just scared of being in dark. Like, like I'm not scared of demons. I'm just scared of being in the dark. Like you said, if your closet's even a little bit open, why is it like that? Just gosh, what? I don't know. Sorry, continue. I don't know what I was talking about.
My imagination is very vivid. So if I stare into the darkness, which I'm tempted to in a weird way, I'll just look at it, my brain will start forming stuff. Like little figures and stuff. It's weird. Does that happen to you?
No.
Yeah, I'm tempted to look at it, what if I see something and I don't want to look, and I don't know, it's always been if I look hard enough, I start to see something move or something. My mind starts playing tricks.
But what if that's not your mind though? What if it's not always your mind? I'm not saying it's not, but I'm like, what if? This is a what if. This is not an absolute. What if it's not your mind? Because shit like that exists. Shit like that exists. We're in the age of video cameras, and it's not every video camera that sees something paranormal is lying to us.
I think
some people BS, and some people, they don't know how to BS. Like me, I don't know how to video edit like that.
Yeah, not me.
I don't fucking know how to do that.
I think it's my brain though, because it's if I think about it, I'll start to make it. Yeah. Little things.
Gotcha.
But I've also experienced the paranormal too.
Right, without your brain doing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
well, that's darkness. Well, we talked about darkness. All right, folks. So that was the 10 of the INFJ
fears.
-T fears. Yeah, just some of the fears, and with our special guest Jonathan, who's also going to be starting his own podcast sometime soon. So I'll let y'all know about it. If y'all like my podcast, you'll definitely like him. He's like me. He's not cliche. He's not afraid to be vulnerable. And afraid to be vulnerable. Let's say you are not surface level. There we go. Because vulnerability can be scary, even for me. It can just be scary at times. So with that being said, folks, thanks for tuning in to this bonus episode about INFJ-T personality types. Say bye, Jonathan.
Goodbye. Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Thank you, Josiah.